I have received a letter from the honourable member for Wentworth proposing that a definite matter of public importance be submitted to the House for discussion, namely the urgent need for the government to accelerate action to help households transition away from fossil fuels and electrify with cheaper, renewable energy. I call upon those honourable members who approve of the proposed discussion to rise in their places. And I give the call to the honourable member for Wentworth.
Speaker, accelerating action to help households transition away from fossil fuels and electrify with renewables is an urgent matter of public importance. This week, the Australian energy market operator told us what we already know. Our energy transition is nowhere near fast enough. We are a long way from meeting even our modest climate goals, and we are running out of time. The transition must be a whole economy effect, but one source is particularly close to home. Australia's 10 million households remain dependent on inefficient fossil fuel appliances and together account for more than 40% of emissions in the domestic economy. At the same time, our reliance on expensive fossil fuels means that more than 1 in 10 Australians are skipping meals to pay their energy bills. We've dragged our feet on household transition for too long, and Australians are paying the price. As the Grattan Institute made clear this week, and as numerous others have made clear before, all-electric homes are cheaper to run, better for our health and essential to reaching net zero. We should be accelerating this transition, deploying rooftop solar, household batteries, heat pumps and electric cooktops at pace. But instead, we are making things worse. Because we've got the policy wrong for a decade, more households are joining the gas network each year than leaving it. That's it. More people are joining gas rather than leaving it. That's despite gas being more expensive, bad for our health and contributing to nearly a quarter of our carbon emissions. But we have just enough time to turn things around. Converting our homes to all-electric will be a major logistical challenge. But because electric appliances are more efficient and because rooftop solar is so cheap, it's a $300 billion economic opportunity that's worth the effort. The funding announced in May's budget is welcome, but must be just the start. The government should prioritise 3 areas. First, we need to start getting off gas now. The process will take time and will take leadership. That's why today I am calling on the federal government to work with the states and end gas connections for new homes, and to put in place a clear roadmap and timeframe for ending residential gas use across Australia. The government has set aside nearly $7 million of taxpayers' money in the budget to fund a future gas strategy. That strategy should define a smooth exit from household gas, which includes adjusting the regulatory framework so the network is the right size and serves the right places, managing the costs of gas exit so these are borne equitably, and producing a blueprint for market reform so the governance of our energy sector supports an all-electric future. The community needs to get off gas, and we need to support them to do that in a measured, thoughtful way that works for Australian households, works for families' power bills, but also works for climate. Second, we need to deploy existing funding effectively. The $1 billion already committed to the Clean Energy Finance Corporation on household electrification is welcome, but it is less than 10% of the support that Rewiring Australia estimates is needed to electrify every household. With the budget constrained, private capital is absolutely crucial to this transformation. The Clean Energy Finance Corporation's $1 billion could do 10 times as much work, if not more, if it was deployed through mechanisms that leverage private markets. By providing guarantees to private sector lending, rather than providing loans directly, the CEFC could support many multiples of the 110,000 households currently anticipated. This is the opportunity to move beyond 110,000 households to literally millions of Australian families being supported to getting into cheaper household electrification. This is a model that is in common practice in markets across the world. It works and it delivers value for money. And finally, we need a one-stop shop for electrification. We need to make sure that consumers have the information and the support to make the right decisions for transition. I'm frequently told by constituents that they want to get solar, a battery or a heat pump, but they just don't know where to start, particularly with complicated layers of federal, state and local incentives and regulation. Multiply that by 151 electorates, and we need a significant and sustained communications campaign to electrify every Australian household. A one-stop shop should be central to this, a platform that explains clearly how to electrify and how to solve problems at each stage of the process, that provides a comprehensive list of government's incentives, that shows household solar rooftop potential, and helps families estimate the financial benefits of electrification. Accelerating household electrification is an urgent matter of public importance. It won't be easy, it will take time, but we can do it. Let's get on with the job.
Assistant Minister for Social Services and Prevention of Family Violence.